We are live. Hey guys,
Hi.
we're live from a place called TreeCasa here in Nicaragua, really close to San Juan del Sur, and it's just beautiful. So I'd like you guys first of all to tell me if there's too much wind noise, because if there is, we'll move inside. But I thought we'd do it from outside so I can show you a little bit where we are and the tree house that we're staying in. It's really cool. So let me start by showing you this. Maybe you can see some of the ones behind. They do this. Down below is a beautiful pool. And what we're staying in here is just really cool. Let me show you. So this is the inside of the little tree casas.
Yeah,
there is a lot of wind. It's the windy season right now here in Nicaragua, so it's like super windy. So we have two units, one above, one below. It's really fun. Let me show you outside again though, and then you guys if it is too windy, because I thought it'd be cool to stay outside and show you guys. And if it's not so windy, I'll even bring you all the way downstairs after. So can somebody comment and let me know really fast if it is windy or not? I think you can see the comments over here, so let me just go and see. Julia, can you help me to see if there's comments on the right?
Yep.
So we have a few people who have wrote comments and questions over the last few months, and last week we had a few comments and questions come in, and so I thought we would answer some of those for those of you who are wondering. So let's just see, is it too loud or windy? So far so good, right? All right, so let's get started, I guess. We have a special guest here today as well, but I'm not sure if he's going to make an appearance. So sometimes what happens is we adopt family members as we go along. And so on this trip to Nicaragua,
we have a brother.
We adopted a little brother. So
yeah,
ask him if he wants to come on camera. It's really fun. He's also Canadian, and he fits right in because he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little boy. He has two younger siblings, but because his siblings are so much smaller, he likes to hang with our girls. So he's had how many sleepovers?
Oh boy, I think 9.
9 sleepovers.
I think.
I can hear you fine, a bit of wind noise, but it's not that bad. Okay, if it gets bad, can you tell me? And then that way we'll just move inside, because I know it's kind of annoying when you hear lots of wind. And the wind tends to go in like gushes, so it's like calm right now, and then all of a sudden it'll get really windy again. So
he's Canadian and Estonian.
Oh yeah.
More so Estonian.
Yeah. He's really cute, so he fits right in, and just part of the family. Nah. He was in our New Year's Eve or our New Year's video, so you'll see a picture of him in there. So anyhow, all right, let's get started with some of the questions that you guys have. And if you have questions, feel free on the live stream to add in, and we're going to try and answer them as best as we can. So the first question that we had came from Steve in Guelph, which is in Canada, Ontario, and he asked,
how do you stay on top of all your laundry while traveling?
all right, so let's start with our craziest ways of doing laundry. I think the way I did laundry was in a bathtub in South Africa once, because we didn't have a washing machine and we were in desperate need. So I literally put all the clothes in a bathtub, and I went around and stomped on the laundry like as if you're smushing grapes in the olden days, and I just stomped on the laundry and did it that way.
But if not, we just go to like wherever is available in the town. Like,
Yeah.
like washing.
That was like my cheapest way, and let me tell you the most expensive way I did laundry was in Victoria Falls, and it was like per item, you know, where you check off at the hotel per item, and I think I paid like something ridiculous, like up to $60 US for doing laundry, and that was like my most expensive laundry. But we were also in desperate need, and it was like, anyway, it was crazy. So we've done that, and we've hand washed in sinks, and we've done, here comes the wind again. We've done, yeah, washing in sinks. We've done what else? Just like local laundry. We've brought it to people. So we just manage as long as, you know, as we go. We don't, we travel light, but this trip we've traveled a little bit heavier, if you will. Let's see.
Why use laundry service if you are near Victoria Falls.
Yeah, we could have just gone down to the river, but there's crocodiles and hippos, and they're very territorial, so I don't think that would have been a good idea at all. Should we go inside, guys? Is it? Yeah? Okay, let's bring this in. This is going to be much better. Bring in a little chair. You can grab the other chair, yeah. What languages do you speak?
English, French, and Spanish.
English, French, and a bit of Spanish. So my husband and I run an online internet marketing company, and so we manage a lot of websites, and primarily in many U.S. clients in Europe, because we're in Europe as well, and we've been running that since 2002, so quite a few years. So we are able to do that as we travel along. So as long as we have good internet connection, we can stay connected. We do a lot of our calls over Skype or Magic Jack or any kind of voice over IP system. And we have a team, so we all work from home, manage everything, our own schedules and such. So it works out really good. And we can go on a project. Everyone has their specialty, and that's what we do. So we're able to, play all day, if you will, and then be on work mode at night, or vice versa. Sometimes we work in the morning, and it really depends on the time zone that we're in. I really enjoy this time zone, which is more so American time zone, just because a lot of our clients are in this area, so it feels like you can get a lot of the stuff done in the morning before you head out. I remember my worst scenario was being in Bali, and I had scheduled a time in Eastern Standard Time, and I was literally up at 2 in the morning on a phone call with a client. So that was like, I'm just gonna reconnect. Okay, I'm trying to reconnect. If you guys are here still and it's reconnected, can you please let me know if you can hear me? Or if you can see, or if it's connecting correctly. This is because I'll take you on a tour. You can see what these little tree casas look like. So you're literally sleeping inside a tree hut. And you have trees inside that go through as the pillars. Now we're better? Good. So we're walking down below. As you can see, it's on this big slanted hill. And did you guys see our adopted son in a distance? He just made an appearance. No, if he doesn't want to be on camera, it's okay. He will make a special appearance because he does these really cool backflips. And as you'll see down here in the pool area, there's a waterfall that goes down, and he was able to do all these special backflips. It's pretty cool. So the internet's going to get faster and faster as we go. Lucky guy, yeah. I was making a joke, and I was saying this morning, if anyone wants to apply to be an adopted family member, fill in the form below. And if you are a physics teacher or science teacher, you'll have even more chances to be adopted. Just joking. Look at this. So he's a ninja. Yeah, he's like a ninja. See that? This is what this place looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. They do a lot of yoga retreats, and they just do different like special events like weddings and stuff. And they have all these platforms, see, like this, inside the tree that you can go up and just enjoy the view. And that's their whole pool area down below. And then they have a really cool pond. We're almost there. So it's just been amazing, and it's a really short distance. If you ever come to San Juan del Sur, you take a shuttle here. They have shuttles that go every day at certain times, and then you can come in. So we can go in the treehouse. I just think it's going to be a little bit windy if we go in the treehouse. This is definitely a beautiful place. Here, let me show you again, so if you guys want a little dream. See that little waterfall? That's where he was jumping off of. And then they have this water slide right behind it that comes out there. It's just beautiful. And it looks like this. It's amazing. So I think what we're gonna do to wrap up our Q&A think we're gonna go over there in that little room because it's nice and quiet and there's no wind noise. Which room? Over here. So that's what we'll do. And there's good internet. So sorry for the delay, but at least you guys get a nice view of the beautiful place here and see what it's like. They serve the most delicious stone oven pizzas. Here could work as well, actually, I think. Yeah, it is. Let's go inside. Okay, we are redoing it. Do I need to go over some of the questions again, or did you guys hear what we were saying earlier? If you'd like, I could redo and re-say some of the questions. Here we go. Okay. The only thing in here is it might be a little bit echoey, but I think it's going to be much better than before. A little bit. You can't win. You either get echo noise or you get wind noise. Okay, so some of the other questions that you guys had. So this, I'm not sure of her name, Miss SFDK from Palm Harbor, Florida. She asked, what are the girls' dreams and interests? So girls, do you want to share some of your dreams and interests at all? Trevor, be careful, we're going to turn around. He's now dancing. No. So what are your dreams and interests, Chloe? Do you have any special dreams or interests that you have?
I'd like to get sponsored for a cruise.
That's one of your dreams? To get a cruise sponsorship?
My goal.
That's your goal? Oh, she's got a goal. What kind of cruise?
I don't know. Disney would be fun.
A Disney cruise? What about Julia? Do you have any goals or dreams?
My goal is to own hotels around the world. Like, that's what I want to do when I'm older.
Yeah? What kind of hotels?
Random. I'm going to have, like, different kinds of hotels and then have them all
Works out good for us, right? Then we'll be able to stay at our hotels and enjoy them. So, what about you, Angelique? What kind of, I was going to say what kind of hotel, what kind of dreams or goals do you have? Nothing right now? Are you sure?
Do you want to, like, fly first class? Do you want to?
She's researched all the different design schools around the world.
She wants to go to the moon.
Oh. Do you, Angelique? You do? To the moon? Where do you want to go? To space. She wants to go to space. Well, you know what? As she gets older, those kind of options are going to be more and more readily available. So you never know. That's really far. I hope Skype works when you go, or else I'll be really sad. Okay, let's see. One of the next questions. Also, how do you plan for each location to go to next? Okay, so my husband has spreadsheets. He's a really detailed numbers guy, and so he has lists of all the different places and countries that he wants to go to, and so he keeps all these different travel trips in his mind, and we've got major ones for Africa because we have to hit up a lot of the African countries. Okay, Trevor, I'm going to put you on film if you continue because you're distracting everyone. He's being silly just like a brother would. So basically, he plans a lot of the trips and travels based on getting to every country in the world. So one of the goals we have as a family, as crazy as that might sound, even to me, is to hit up every country in the world. So we still have, we're halfway done. We still have a lot more to go, and so we kind of plan them out like that. So there you go for that one. What is some of the other questions? You girls want to read one? Oh, someone wrote, do you feel like a family who is not rich can travel? And so the answer is yes. So when there's a will, there's a way, right? So you can definitely travel. Is it easy? Maybe no, but you can find ways. You can find flights for really good, inexpensive prices. And then you can stay, you don't always have to stay at these really nice resort hotels, right? You can stay at inexpensive ones. Oops, let me just put these chairs up. So there is definitely a way. And then if you can find any kind of remote work, then definitely, because then you can still fund your travels as you go.
Can I see if it's not loud if I open the
windows. Yeah, open and see. Let me just read some of the questions that you guys are writing in here, just so I can see. Will you conclude your travels? Oh yes, there will be a final chapter for sure. When we're done, all the travels of the world, we will be done. And then it's gonna be like, then we can relax, right? And go to the nice all-inclusive resort and just chill. Because when we travel intently, and we're now, working as we go in the sense that we're making all these really cool videos, we're researching about the places we go. And so when we go there, we're filming essentially also for you guys so that you can learn a little bit about the place and the history and all these different things, whereas normally we used to just go and sightsee, right? So we're doing it kind of more intently, if you will. So.
Somebody said, what type of accommodations?
What type of accommodations do we stay in? That's a really good question. You want to answer?
It's random, and it all depends on like where we are and what there is. Right?
Yes, we've stayed in everything.
Anything. Camper.
Well, we haven't stayed in a real tent. When we say tent, it's like...
Yeah, technically, and somebody's back here. Other friends help back here.
No, but we haven't traveled in a tent. No, we'd...
Technically,
in Africa, the tents we stayed in had running water, had
so
bathtubs,
had
lights, had comfortable beds. They were beautiful tents, but it was still a tent, right? Nonetheless.
And sometimes, just now like here, tree houses.
Can you guys take over some of the questions for 2 seconds? Someone asked why we decided to homeschool. The reason why we decided, that's Trevor. Everyone say hi to Trevor. This is our adopted son. Doesn't he look just like the girls too?
Take your hat off.
What is your favorite theme park to go to? Can I let you guys take over for 2 seconds? Explain why Rail and what are some of the other best places you've been. I'll be right back.
Well, Rail is really fun because there's like a whole bunch of different water slides, and also it's like the mini version, so it's not like the crazy long rides. It's like the crazy ones, but not as long, so it's fun. Europa Park is in Germany, and it's really fun because it's like all of Europe has different like theme parks. That one I really enjoyed. Disneyland. You like Disneyland? People are saying hi, Trevor. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else. You guys want to explain how you homeschool? Try Romanian, what? You guys want to explain how you guys homeschool? Yeah, well, this year we bought books from France, and it has French, math, and it's in French, because every end of the year we have tests in April, so every two years, and so we bought books for French, so that's... And then we use an American program to do our, like, math and science. It's pretty good. Are you going to China someday?
Are we going to China? Yes. We've been to Hong Kong, but we have not been like, Hong Kong is technically China, but not the real China, if you will. So
I really want to go to Japan too.
Yeah, and what's in Japan that you really want to go see? Things like what?
Cats.
Cat Island.
She loves cats.
There's a cat island there that she wants to go to. Okay, let's go through some of the other questions that we have had asked. Why did we decide to homeschool? So we decided to homeschool because we were doing school, hi from Brazil. We were doing school in Switzerland, and they are very strict. So each time we wanted to take the girls out of school, which makes sense, right? If you leave for a month or 2 or 3 or 4, after a while it's disruptive in the sense for the teachers because they have to either plan for that child being gone or what have you. So it just worked out better to homeschool the kids. Plus we got the official notice saying that you are no longer allowed to take your kids out of school. And so we decided to homeschool. So there you go. How old are the girls? Oh, girls.
I'm 15. I'm 13. 10.
10. There you go. And we started traveling when they were 5,
and he's 12.
7, and 9. And Trevor, our adopted son, is 12, turning 13 soon. Is traveling with kids hard? Okay, so obviously when you're solo traveler, there's only one person to worry about and you know, everything's easy. But when you have, you know, 5 of us, of course it's not that it's hard, it's just more to think about. You have to consider everybody's, you know, needs and desires, but our kids are super flexible, and they adapt really well to different circumstances, and I think they've just been like forced into that just because of our lifestyle, so they're not, you know, they don't find it really hard.
Somebody says that you're gonna write a children's book about your adventures.
A children's book. You girls should write the children's book, eh?
Yeah.
The girls keep journals and write about their different experiences and stuff like that, which is kind of cool.
Come to India. I'm waiting for you. Yeah.
Yes, we are going to come to India. We love the Indian food, and so this year we'll let you know the insights when we know further dates. Okay, girls, one of the questions someone had was, do you girls miss having friends?
There's a friend right there.
They meet friends as we go. So, for example, when we were in Malaysia, we met a little girl, and she was like instantly a friend, and we
sleepovers and everything.
They had sleepovers, and the little girl was able to come with us a half-hour drive away, and the parents were like, yeah, sure, take us. After we knew them for like 2 hours, the little girl was with us, and they stayed with her for a whole week. So yes, it's definitely a different type of friendship, because a traditional friend at school you see every single day. These kind of friends, they meet for a few weeks and then they leave, like you.
But with social media, you can always keep in contact. So it's like our Kiwi friends, we're still communicating with them every day, and it's like we're still friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So far on this trip, we've met lots of kids,
Lots of new friends. And then in South Africa, we had a family that we met there. So we tend to meet a lot of families as we go along. Sometimes there's trips where we don't meet any friends, but then the girls end up meeting like people like Bracco and Amadei, who were like maybe 20 or so, and they were their friends for the week. And then other times we meet older grandparents, people, and then travel with them, and then it's like having grandparent friends. So our girls have adapted to friends. They'll play with somebody who's 70 just the same as they'll play with somebody who's 4 or 2. Like, we met another Canadian family here, and they have little kids that are baby and 5-year-old, and the mom kept saying, wow, you girls just play with her as if she's one of them, like the same age. But that's the thing, when the girls play with all the different ages, they really adapt, and they don't really care who they play with as long as there's someone to play with, right? Yeah.
How long do you think you'll be traveling for?
Okay, how long are we going to be traveling for? Yeah, once you get the travel bug, I think you really enjoy it.
Continue.
I mean, Julia wants to go to a hotel management school and different things like that, so she'll stay still for a while, but even when you do that, you end up going on stages to different countries. But I think we'll continue to travel. I mean, we'll be having maybe a home base and being somewhere for a long period of time will be good, and then doing little trips and stuff like that is what our ultimate goal is.
What about organized activities for kids such as sports, drama, music?
Okay, how do we explain that?
Well, we do surfing sometimes. It all depends on where we are. Art classes, karaoke nights. Horseback riding. Just random. And then sometimes when we're in one spot, like when we were in Spain, we were enrolled in dance class and stuff, so we got like, because I really enjoy dance, for example. I think all of us do.
I guess it really depends on where they are. Yeah. Like Chloe loves to sing, so we did a karaoke night the other night, which you were in for a long time, eh? Did a lot of songs. We did art classes in Costa Rica, but we try to incorporate along. So yeah, they're not involved in like soccer or hockey or sports where they're in all the time. Trevor, do you want to say something about your travels? Nothing? Okay. Somebody asked, looking forward to staying at one of Julia's hotels. You're going to have to make it a variety of different things.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to make them different.
So one of the things somebody asked was, what do we miss the most while we're traveling? So let's each answer that separately, because what I miss the most is different than what the girls maybe miss the most. So do you girls know what you miss the most at all? Do you want me to start first? For me, it sounds silly, but I miss things like having a garlic press, a carrot peeler. I know this sounds retarded.
I miss my bag.
Just having, do you? Okay, I'll let you say it in a sec. Having the little things that you have in a traditional kitchen is what I miss the most, because, you know, it's like those little things that you're used to just readily having available, and so when you're traveling, it's nice to have home-cooked meals, have your own kitchen. So I would say that's what I miss the most, is just like little things from home. Candles, scented candles, you know, things like that. So
I miss
just homey things.
Was this something that we miss, like even though board games, games? For some reason I miss my bed.
Your toys and your games?
Yeah.
And your bed? Because you have all your teddies and stuff, right? Angelique, is there something that you miss the most? Maybe your friend? No? There's nothing really? Okay. Julia?
Certain foods for sure. Like
Foods?
here in Nicaragua, they have cheese like mozzarella, but it's not like they've got like the good European cheese.
Gruyere cheese.
And all that. So there's like little foods that I miss.
Do you guys, raclette? Yeah, like sometimes when we're traveling, we'll say, oh, wouldn't it be good to have like a really nice baguette with, in Switzerland they have Tomi mayonnaise, which is like the most delicious mayonnaise, and like
we've got kind of, sort of vegetarian. My dad's vegetarian, but like the meat in Switzerland as well, like the baguette and the salami and everything. That's really good.
Yeah. Trevor's stuff is distracting, man. Okay, community, blah, 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 let me see. So basically, I think we answered most of the questions that you guys have asked.
What does Trevor miss the most while traveling?
Friends. See, there you go.
Home. Neighbors.
Home, neighbors. It's all those things. Like when you're on the road, it's nice because you're experiencing new things. I would say also like maybe rest would be one for me.
Can I say something?
Yes, go for it.
Earlier, he said that he missed McDonald's the most.
Yes,
Yes,
fast food. Yeah, I mean, little things, right?
And I miss my dog.
Your dog. We don't have animals for that reason either, because it's a little bit tricky to have an animal and leave them, but we tend to even adopt animals. So there was one point where we adopted a cat. Her name was Oriella, and she was, I think, domesticated already because she was already like welcome and like very friendly and like slept in her bed and like completely, you can tell she was already with another family. And so she just appeared one day. And what happened, Julia?
Well, no, because she kept waking up like at, let's say, 5, 6 in the morning, and then she would start playing because she's a cat. And then I would put her outside, and then one day I put her outside, and she never came back. So I'm like, she disappeared.
That's funny.
And her name was Oriole because we thought it was a boy, and then we were like, oh, okay, and then we called her Oriella.
Yeah, she was nice. Barb, we did answer your question. She said, how many languages do we speak? So we speak 3, French, English, and we get by on Spanish. So I wouldn't say we're fully trilingual, but we're almost there. And the girls are supposed to be learning German for their school because they have to, when you enter high school into Switzerland, one of the tests you have to do is German. So they will have to learn that as well. Do you alert the FBI for the missing cat? Oh man, we were literally, I was mourning as if it was like one of our own. I was so sad for days. It was horrible. It was like just horrible. We went looking for it everywhere, and like I figured maybe the owners, because where we were staying in Florida, in Spain, it was very transient. So people would live there and then they would go back home, and I thought, well, maybe someone just left it. Maybe they had adopted it and left it, and then it came to us, and I thought maybe the owners came back and the cat was just like, oh, I'll go back to my home. Or it got run over by a car, something.
Do you miss families, or do they live close?
They don't live close.
They don't live close at
They
all.
live like a 12-hour flight away.
So they're an 8-hour flight. They're in Canada. All of our families in Canada. We do have family members that are in Switzerland, because my dad was born in Switzerland, so it's my aunt and uncles who are there and cousins. But it's kind of like family that we were never close to because growing up we hardly saw them, only maybe, you know, once in a while when they would come to Canada or we would go to Switzerland. So it's not like, you know, it's still family, but it's not like, you know, family that you're with every weekend and stuff like that. So I think we got all of them, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you guys, if you have any other questions, let us know. I'm sure we'll do a live Q&A again in the future, but I think we answered pretty much most of the questions that people ask us on a regular basis. I do have to tell you a quick funny story though. I was on a bus ride and we were on our way here and someone was messaging me on WhatsApp saying, what is our daily budget? And they were saying, the guy was saying, we are 2 pedestrians and we're looking to travel and we have this much budget, do you think we can do it? And so we had this big long conversation back and forth, and the whole time I was like, what is a pedestrian? Is that the person who stands with like a stop sign and lets the kids go by at school? And so I was like, I don't want to feel like an idiot and ask him what is a pedestrian, but I was like, I gotta know, like, what does that mean? So finally at the end of the conversation I'm like, oh, and by the way, what does a pedestrian do? And so he wrote back, pedestrians are doctors who don't know how to spell pediatrician. So he must have typed it in and it like misspelled the name of it or something, you know, when it autocorrects. So anyway, I had a good laugh. I was like, ah, okay. I'm glad I clarified that. So if you're watching, I thought that was pretty funny. So where are we from? We are all born in Canada, and except for this one, of course. He's born in Estonia. And we have dual citizenship, so we are Swiss and Canadian. So there you go. That's a good question. So if you guys have any more, if not, we are gonna slowly end our live chat with you guys. I think we're good. Someone, sprichst du Deutsch? Nicht. Ich spreche kein Deutsch. Very little. So, let me show you the pool really fast. I'll end with that. And you guys, it's of course always nice to have you here with us live on live Saturday mornings. We will continue to do live video broadcasts as long as we have a good internet connection and as long as we're feeling good. So we will continue to do that. I'm saying that because yesterday I literally spent the whole day in bed. It was a really bad day for me. So here we go. Going through your videos, adventures. I've watched them all. Fantastic. Okay, you want me to show you the rest of the pool area just from this angle, and then we'll say bye from here in TreeCasa Nicaragua. Here we go. Where in Canada are we from? Chloe, do you know? This is a funny question. People, here, I just got to touch on that. Oftentimes people will say to Chloe, where are you from? And Chloe left Canada when she was 4 weeks old. We got special permission to go to Florida. We got signed off from the midwives, and we literally drove to Florida with a little 4-week-old baby, and she was doing Disney at that age, so it was crazy. But so people sometimes will ask her, where are you from? And she's like, Canada? And then they're like, where in Canada? And she's like, and then she'll look at me like, where are we from? So I showed her a little bit of the geography and everything, and she's been there. So where are you from, Chloe?
Ontario.
Ontario.
In a little town called
near Kingston in Ontario. So there you go. All right, really fast, quick view of the pool for you guys. Our home is now in Switzerland. That's where our home base is. So this is the beautiful pool that we've been playing at for the last few days and enjoying. It's just been absolutely amazing. So here you go. Sorry for the wind noise, you guys.